I'm living on this glandosane, which my mate, who's now passed, laughs every time he saw this because he calls it spit in the can. Good evening, everybody. Welcome to Woody, Micky, and Tracy on the Woody Show tonight. Well, I say Woody, Micky, and Tracy. You know how I'm usually the one that fucks up and has a lot of technical problems. Tonight, Tracy's the one with technical problems, and for some reason, she can't get her camera working, which is a bit fucking annoying because I'm in the middle point of my chemo and I feel absolutely shit. And I wasn't really going to.
Oh, there
I
she
wasn't going to do
is.
much streaming tonight. Hang on. I'm still not getting video from her, Micky.
I can see her in.
All right, hang on. Right, hang on. Let me just check which NDI source she's. Hey, we got her on. There we go. I found her. Okay, I was just explaining that I was not going to be really taking part in this show tonight because
she's a bit big. I didn't mean that personally, but
I don't know what's going on with the settings and shit tonight.
Well, I don't know what's going on, but that's not unusual for me. I'm just.
I normally check my camera and my sound before we get called.
And I restarted. I did a complete reboot, and I'll tell you what I was doing just before it. In a minute, but I did a complete reboot. I let it go cold for 10 minutes and I came back and then it didn't fucking work when I tried to get through to you. So 3 reboots I did of the whole system and you were going, restart Skype, restart. And I did a whole restart of the whole system. I was unplugging everything. Anyway, we're here now.
Yes, we are. Reddit is... Well,
we're not on Reddit, Trace, because apparently we broke their rules.
Broadcasting.
By just starting.
I love it. I love it when they kick us off for doing things that we're supposed to on there. Yeah.
So at the moment the broadcast is restart, but we might be on there, we might not. It's a 50-50 thing. 50 thing. What's with the gold chain there? The oldest swinger in town thing you got going on there, Micky?
That's actually a silver chain, and I've worn that for over 30 years. My wife bought it for me. I think probably on our fifth anniversary of being together. So that'd be 23 years I've had that.
Oh, I've got a chain like that. I've got a gold one. I normally wear it. You've probably seen me wear it, but I snapped it 2 days ago, so it's in the safe until I can get it fixed.
Well, this never comes off.
No, mine doesn't.
Only time it came off when I was having a operation.
Yeah, mine doesn't unless I'm having surgery. Mine came off for the surgery, but that's what I think broke it. But I snapped it the other day when it got caught in one of my shirts when I was pulling it off, and it got snapped. And there's a local jeweller's that does fix it. He charges 30 quid a time.
That's me fucking about with it. If you wonder why I'm getting bigger and smaller, that's me trying to work out why one's too big and one's too small.
Yeah, I have that problem. Also, my left one hangs lower than my right. You had that problem, Micky? Yeah.
Yeah. I do, and as you get older, they hang lower too.
They do. Yeah, so we understand. But your left one definitely hangs lower, doesn't it, Micky? Yeah, I don't know why that is.
I think that's.
I'd like to say it's got more. I'd like to say it's got more.
It's always the left.
I'd like to say it's got more spunk in it, but I've had the chop, so that's not the case.
No, it's the same with me. But,
oh, wait a minute! No, they still produce, don't they? But the chop is. They don't actually get out of there. They sort of stay in there and they reabsorb back into the body again. Yeah, so.
So
obviously Tracy's got one breast lower than the other, and that's what she's. Is that what you're referring to?
No, but this one is the bigger one of the 2.
It depends which one the alien massages more, I suppose.
Well, that's it. Right, like I said, I'm on the mid-cycle of my chemo, and I really feel fucking awful today. I've slept for... I've just not long woken up, which is why I was a bit late starting the stream today. I've slept for 11.5 hours today, and I feel fucking awful. My throat is like the bottom of a budgie's cage, and I'm living on this glandosane, which my mate, who's now passed, laughs every time he saw this because he calls it spit in the can. Or gob in a can, yeah, artificial saliva.
Oh, thanks for adjusting my camera, Micky.
Say what?
You look like you were reaching to adjust my camera.
I was reaching to adjust mine. The top of my head was missing.
Anyway, sorry, carry on, Steve.
So my sites where I had my laparoscopy are very quite painful. I've got some actual deep down pain right where my gallbladder was, and if I breathe in deeply like that, I really get a sharp pain in my right lung. So I know the cure for that is obviously don't breathe in deeply, but I'm getting a sharp pain there.
Don't breathe.
And
Don't breathe work as well. You won't get any pain if you don't breathe.
And all my joints feel very, very painful, and I'm extremely tired, and I just generally feel like shit. But as I say, that's because I'm at the halfway point in my 21-day chemo cycle, and this is what's supposed to happen. And I'm at my most immunocompromised. And the other thing that I'm getting is my chest is constantly filling up with gunk, which is causing me a bit of a problem. So I'm going to take a step back for tonight for a little while, and I'm going to leave you with these two reprobates. I might join a bit later if I liven up. But otherwise, I'm going to leave you with these two reprobates. Oh, right, okay, I'm going to turn the camera off now because, like I say, I'm feeling absolutely shit. I'll turn the mic off as well, and I'll leave it to you two.
Thank you.
Well,
I will
very
be
nice.
back. I can hear you, but I will be back, all right?
Oh.
So then, Trace.
He's still here.
He's still here. He
We
can't.
can't
Yeah.
talk about him right in front of his face, can we?
Well, I can.
Anyway, I said to Steve yesterday, I was like, where's Micky? I haven't seen him. Then I realised that it had only been a couple of days because you stream on Friday.
Yeah, I saw you put that. Yeah, well, I did tune in on Saturday, but then got notified that Steve was out with family, which I'm glad he actually got out with family, spent a bit of family time. That'll do him a world of good. Yeah. But I'm wondering if that's why he's suffering now. You know?
Well, yeah, overdoing it and hopefully not caught a virus.
Just pushing himself a bit too much. But at least he went out, he had a nice meal and that from the looks of it. So.
Well, didn't it? It looked really good.
It did, yeah.
But like hopping on a train and joining him.
Yeah, look, there we go.
There
Look.
you go. Huh? It looked like a load of meat and
kebab. Lovely
exactly
kebab.
Look. He likes it. I think it's on its side, Steve. You need to rotate it 90.
It don't matter. It's a table. It's.
Yeah, I know, but I'm just saying it looks like it's. There we go. It looked like it was about to fall off the side of the thing. So yeah, look at that. Load of meat. Just how Steve likes it. No salad.
Well, I don't like the salad either. I'm a salad dodger.
Oh, I do like the salad, especially when they do like the pickled cabbage and
Well, to be honest, I have a kebab. I'll have a bit of red cabbage, a bit of tomato, a bit of chili sauce, maybe a few jalapenos if they got them. You know. Yeah. Funny enough, I don't like chilies. You know, they give you the whole chili. Sometimes they chuck that on there. I can't eat them.
Andy loves those so much.
Oh no!
When he gets a kebab for him and me.
Yeah, he would do. He's a fucking alien, isn't he?
I don't eat them. So what he does is he gets some on his and some on mine, and he obviously takes the ones off mine. So, but go on. Sorry, yeah.
No. I was just saying that's. I just don't like the chili, but I like chili sauce.
Yeah.
Which is strange, but there you go.
I think it's probably different though because the chili sauce gives like hits of liquid heat, whereas when you eat the chili, it goes in and you think, oh, that's a nice piece of pepper or cabbage and that, and then you take a big old bite, and then all of a sudden your mouth is an explosion of fire, and that's it for 5 minutes. So, is that your daughter? Oh, I'm guessing.
I don't think that's his daughter taking the orders, Tracy. No.
Oh, I don't know though. I don't know. Are you taking a photo of like? Oh, is that Sean?
Taking the orders. Tell. That is my daughter taking the orders.
I can't tell who's who to be honest because I saw the photo. I saw the photo. Where is it? In Discord. Yes.
Yeah.
That's my daughter taking orders.
Yeah, I didn't know whether he went out to where she works and she was working that night. I don't know. We'll find out when he's back on stream. But
I am talking. You should be able to hear me.
Yeah. So where have you been the last couple of days? It felt like a really, really long weekend. It felt like you hadn't spoken for days. And then I was like, oh no, he was on stream on Friday.
I was here Friday. Sadly, like I say, I did log in and come here, but like I say, Steve was out, so
Yeah.
so we yeah. But I wanted actually, and Saturday night because you weren't on, I actually spent an hour on Discord in my little Mad Midgets bloody diabolical channel, streaming games. I was playing games. I was playing
Oh, that's so cool.
for an hour. Nobody joined me, but yeah, I spent an hour in my little hovel streaming games.
I did see that.
What did we
Mickey.
do yesterday? Oh, he's back.
Yeah,
What did we do
I did
yesterday?
see you doing that, Mickey. I just wanted to come back and
Sunday.
explain.
Not a lot yesterday.
You got
Absolutely.
no sound, Steve.
Just wanted to explain
No
that
sound,
was
mate. No sound.
That's obviously Skype that's got no sound because I know that I'm going out
No,
on.
nothing at all.
I'm going. No, I've got sound. I've got sound going out on Twitch and Reddit. It's Skype that you've got no sound on. I don't know why we've got no sound on Skype. I can soon fix
We'll
that.
let you know when we can hear you. I just wonder.
Yeah, no, they can hear me. It's you two that can't hear me.
It sounds like it's very, very.
It's you two that can't hear me, right? Everybody on Twitch and Reddit can. So bear with me, and I will sort it out. So carry on talking. I'll be with you in a second. I know what I've done. That's it. All that dead air. Look, talk.
Yeah, I've got it. He is broadcasting on Twitch.
Yeah, I told you I
yeah,
was.
so,
I told you I was. It's Skype.
It was extremely rainy yesterday.
Yeah. So
and down here in London, I wondered whether you got the weather.
Yeah, we did.
And you couldn't go out.
I did. We did pop round to my son's for a couple of hours to see your granddaughter and that. And then today I've had to take him down to the doctors. He had an appointment at the doctors to do with his autism assessment. And all it was to fill in some paperwork because they've got to get funding for the mental health team to diagnose him. So we had to fill in some paperwork, but they couldn't do it without him because he has to give consent for them to divulge his medical records. Yeah. And apparently they can't do that on the phone. He has to do that in person.
In case you're impersonating him or something.
Yeah.
Can you hear me on Skype now?
That's what I've done. That's all I've done today, to be fair.
Can you hear me on Skype
other than
now?
That, I cooked a nice
full volume.
I've had a pork casserole in the slow cooker all day. Oh,
hi, Wayne.
And that was gorgeous. Hello, Wayne.
That sounds banging, actually.
You guys can't hear me on Skype. I'm talking, but you guys can't hear me on Skype. You'll have to listen to me on Reddit or Twitch.
Every now and then, Steve, it sounds like you're talking from inside.
Yeah, it's Skype. The only way I can fix it is to start the call again. So, do you want me to start the call again, or are you going to put up with listening to me on Twitch and Reddit?
Wayne, what's going on?
I'll start the call again, obviously, because you're talking over me. So I'll start the call again. Fucking Skype. This is an absolute nightmare, this thing is. So, when it doesn't work properly. Waniac, sorry, I'm sweating like a pig here, trying to get this sorted out. I'm going to have to call these two back because Skype's playing up again. And let's call these two back now, and hopefully that will get it working. So here we go. Yeah, tech issues again. Tech issues. Right. Hopefully they can. Yes, I know. I was trying to tell you to listen to me on Twitch because I don't want to reboot the call, but you wouldn't listen to me on Twitch. All right. Okay. All right. Okay. Yeah. I know exactly what you mean. Micky. I think we've lost Tracy again now. She's not answering our call. This she is. Right, this she is. Can you hear me, Tracy, now? I was trying to tell you the only way I could sort it out was to drop the call, or you could listen to me on.
Thank you, Wayne.
Yeah. Anyway, you carry on because I'm sweating like a pig here. The only reason I come up to explain was, yes, that was my daughter taking orders because that's the restaurant she works at, and it just so happened that she said the owners of the restaurant have said, "Come in tonight. prior to when it gets busy. They've got a table for you. They want to do you a special meal, a special deal, and they want to meet you.
Oh,
All right.
Oh, we did. We went in there, and I had a. That's why I did it. And I thought I'm not going to turn it down because I haven't spent any quality time with my daughter since I started, since before my operation. So, and that was it. Yes, she was serving, but I did spend some quality time with her. It wasn't a free meal. It come to 70 quid, but I'm very happy with it. Very happy with it. 30 quid of that was the alcohol. Yeah.
Which you're not supposed to drink.
No, no. It's what Sean keeps telling me, right? And I keep telling everybody. All they said was he's cut down on the alcohol. They didn't say don't drink it.
Well, 30 quid's worth of alcohol isn't fucking cutting down, is it?
That was one bottle of wine and two bottles of FAs. And I didn't drink all the wine.
Oh, I love Effie's. I love Effie's.
Somebody else whose name I won't mention drank all the wine.
Ah.
But that was a bottle of running. And if you looked at that picture, there was salad in there, Micky. It was at the side. And Sean had all that. I just had the meat. It was pork chops.
Yeah, that's what you see. Your big plateful. I wouldn't have had the salad
chops,
either.
Coffee
that off to Donna.
And Donna meat. And we couldn't eat it all. And they gave us a doggy bag to take it home. And I had the next lot for my lunch the next day.
Ah.
Right, I'm going back again now. This time I won't turn my mic off. I'll do it a different way. I'll leave you to it again because I'm just going to have a coughing fit. So
just turn it down.
yeah, I'm going to. Bye.
Hi, Scarmelia on Reddit.
Hello.
Yeah, I turned Twitch
so-
up to see what was going on. I could hear that he was working on Twitch, so I turned it down again. But I didn't even think to leave Twitch up because we're supposed to be talking and
the thing is with Twitch, I talk to you, I can hear you through Skype, and there's about a 20-second delay between Twitch. And I said, if he's talking on Twitch and we're talking on here, there's that 20-second delay. And then
difficult. So, Scarmelia, Micky, Scarmelia says, loving the tattoos. Hope mine look that good when I get old. Now, I think that was probably to do with Steve because he had his tats out. But the opportunity here for you to get. Oh, maybe you do put your hands up, don't you? There we go. I don't know whose tat you were talking about, Scarmelia, but there you go. There's a bit of tat for you. Oh, boardwalk French fries for dinner, fried in peanut oil. Now that does sound really good, actually. But I do like sesame oil, peanut oil. It's got that different flavour to it. So. Lovely.
So anyway, Rishi Sunak, our next Prime Minister.
Did you see what I put in Discord about the fact that we do not want to know about his wife? We know everything we need to know about his wife, so shut the hell up, media.
Yes, yeah. But I think that was. I honestly think that they've done deals behind closed doors to get him in. To be fair, it's got to have been, hasn't it? Because it took them 6 weeks last time. It's took them 5 days, 4 days.
Media keep saying about how he's the first Asian prime minister, and my brain is going, no, he's the first ethnic minority prime minister for Britain.
Yeah.
And, we've had white the whole time. We haven't had any other race or colour. Now we have. So he's not only the first Asian, he's the first ethnic minority. But at the same time, the other part of my brain is going, however, he hasn't just come off the boat from India. he's British. It was his parents or his grandparents who came over. So he's of Asian origin, but he's more British than me. He went to Eton, for God's sake. So
he is.
Yeah.
His wife isn't.
No, sorry. Scarmelia on Reddit says, I currently have 6 of them tattoos. Plan on getting many more. Every scar tells a story. Tattoos are scars with ink in them. The stories you choose to tell. I like that, actually. That's very poetic. I haven't got any tattoos myself yet because I've been so indecisive over the years of what I want. And now I kind of know what I want, but I'm not in a position to be choosing or looking at the moment. But I mean, I still don't know what sort of picture I want, but I know that I want things like a sleeve and maybe a colour.
I'm lucky that my son-in-law is a tattoo artist.
That helps.
So I don't pay for mine.
Wayne says my wife has 8 tattoos and 7 are cat related. I love your wife. That is how we need. When I get tats, mine will be cat related in some, not all of them, but I'll have something like cat's eyes. I'll have cat paw prints. I might have like a cat silhouette. It's not going to be all cat. However, I may well just end up having like a black cat all down one arm that looks like it's slinking backwards and forwards when I stretch.
Well, I asked for a pussy to be tattooed, and the tattoo artist wouldn't do it.
They said it needs to shave first.
Oh dear.
But yeah, so I did think of you yesterday when it was pissing down, and I thought, oh, it's Sunday. You're not going to be able to go for your beachside walk and your chicks.
No, we didn't. No, we didn't have the dog out. No, not yesterday. Yeah, it was horrible. But the thing is that would rain for half an hour and then stop for about 20 minutes and then go again, and so you really didn't get a chance to get out. But like I say, we did pop to my son's and saw the babe for a couple of hours, so we did actually get out the house. Yeah, like I say, I did pop in, but nobody was on, and so I did. Like I say, I went in my little channel on over there on Discord, and I was playing games for probably an hour and a half, and nobody came and said hello.
Do you know what I think I did? I think because I watched Jason's YouTube channel, and I think I just watched what he put. And he'd got one, and then he's got one with a guy that does motors, and I'm not into cars, but I just like watching this weird mismatched couple doing all this stuff. Like they have lunch and they talk about mad random things because of Jason's mind, obviously. And and so it's a really nice sort of escape from reality. And also he does videos of him driving maybe at night or in the day, and he drives through the countryside. Like the most recent one, he was driving to work, and it was dusk. It was getting to be dusk, and it's really nice when you can't get out to the countryside as often as you'd like. It's really nice just sitting there, and he monologues. And you know what Jason's like? He's very wordy and erudite. And half an hour of that is just like, and a glass of wine. I'm just like, I have to have a glass of wine because that's how Jason would want it. Boaty wouldn't want it any other way. But it's just really relaxing, and then so I think that's what I was doing on Saturday night, just sort of catching up with some YouTube stuff and binge watching Jason. He'd love to know that, I'm sure. So what else was there? Have you got any? Oh yeah, no, that's what we were talking about. The Prime Minister. Yeah, God.
We were. Till you sidetracked us.
Yes, it was the tattoos. Go on, Prime Minister.
Yeah, so like I say, I think that was all cooked up behind doors, behind closed doors. To be fair, in my opinion, he should have won it the first time.
Yeah.
But it was the actual Tory party members that voted in that disaster, wasn't it? And what a disaster that was. But give him his due, Richie did say that her plans wouldn't work before she even got elected. And he's been proved right, unfortunately. But I think, after this furore, I really honestly think we're due a general election. We need one. Because, it's going to just... We're that far in the shit now that whatever he does, it's not going to improve things, I don't think.
No.
So, yeah.
I don't think he's going to improve things, but and it is going to be a tough winter. But I think that potentially he could bring us the stability. We might not like what he does, but hopefully he will make it more stable now. Because all that flapping about, and it didn't help that we had the 6 weeks of them doing the voting and the rounds of voting. And why did we need that when it took them less than a week to get Rishi in this time?
exactly.
Okay, the members did.
That's because everybody else withdrew from the
Yeah,
competition.
yeah.
That's why there was only one. They didn't need to have a vote, which is why I said it was all stitched up behind closed doors.
And it really doesn't need to be 6 weeks of going round and round and round. Really, they could do this really quickly. Okay, if the members of the Tory party, the paying members of the Tory party have to vote, then okay, let's have 2 weeks. You've got a week of them.
They vote. You can always. I mean, what is to stop them opening an online vote for a week?
Well, that's what I was going to say. Have a week of them fighting it out as to how many, like down to the last two, and then have a week of the voters, the members voting. 2 weeks. That's all you need.
Yeah.
2 weeks. We don't need to have them on the TV telling us about the policies. That what a waste of fucking time that was. I was sick of it anyway.
You're elbowing me in the face. Oh dear.
But we didn't need anything like that. So and you didn't need it this time round. It was just what a waste of time. Just waste of time and resources and money. And also, like I said, it was 6 weeks of them not having a leader. We didn't have a prime minister, although we did. Boris was still in, but he was useless anyway. What we need now is just for Rishi Sunak just to get on with the job. He's got to be better than Liz Truss. Hopefully, him and Hunt, if Hunt stays.
I can't abide that bloke.
No, I can't. But I'm just saying, again, stability and everything like this. And then I'd like to see a general get all the parties just get their shit together now, and then have an election in May. That's what I would like.
Yeah.
Right,
Yeah,
we're going to have an election in May, so spend all the rest of not campaigning. We don't want campaigning until May. We want them to get it all together and then tell us what they actually stand for. Not campaigning, just like this is what we stand for, and this is what we're going to talk about in the Commons. And then in April or March or whenever they usually announce an election, they're all ready. They're ready to tell us what's good for us.
What I can't, or what really pisses me off, to be fair, is during the last leadership election where Miss Disaster got elected, they were having TV debates.
That's what I mean.
Now, why are you having TV debates to millions of people when only 200,000 of the fuckers can vote?
That's what I mean. Why couldn't they have just spent their money?
Waste of time, waste of money.
They have just spent their subscription money on doing private videos that then go online for the people who could vote for them, the Conservative Party members.
Yeah.
Yeah. So.
Enjoy.
I could never work on TV because that would just totally throw me the whole time. You know, like the people on EastEnders when they're getting the.
Yeah.
Actually, sideways from that, when I worked on Holby City, there was like the assistant directors, like the floor managers and everything like that, running around doing their thing. And in quiet times, like a couple of them were saying that they used to work on EastEnders, but they were going home at night because of the intensity of it and all the voices and everything. They'd be going home at night and all night and dreaming, just hearing the directors and the producers' instructions in their ears constantly.
Oh, right.
So I couldn't hear
Great.
that. Likewise, I couldn't be a bus driver because I would be hearing that ding the whole time of the bus, the people wanting to get off the bus.
Well, this might sound strange, but when I was lorry driving at the end of the day or whatever, you'd stop the lorry and you could still hear the engine.
Oh, I bet. Yeah, no.
In your ears, because you've spent 9-10 hours with that engine running in your ears, and when you stop, and that's why I used to come home and I'd sit for an hour and do nothing.
Yeah, you've got to
just do nothing. Just have my tea, have a cup of tea, sit here and do nothing, and that was just to wind down from, and then 5 o'clock the next morning, away we go again for another 10 hours.
Yeah,
but there we go. But so yeah, I relate to what you're saying. But it is, even if you go on, I mean, I'm surprised you didn't notice when you went to Scotland after a long time driving, the hum of the engine. Once it stops, it's still in your head.
I do get that, but it doesn't sort of drive me mad, or I have to have a come down from it and stuff like, because we generally we'd either be stopping, or if we were on the motorway or the an A road or whatever, we're stopping every 2 or 3 hours anyway.
Yeah.
And it gives you that break. So yeah. No, I mean I've had similar in the past, you know, working in the shop and things like this, but I can just imagine how if you're doing sort of 12, 14-hour days on EastEnders, and you're just constantly hearing 10 different voices in your ear, you go home and you feel schizophrenic or psycho, because all you can hear are the voices.
Somebody
But that's why
talking to
they
you.
had to give up working and move to Holby City, because it was a lot less stressful. Because of course, EastEnders going out, what I don't know how many, 4 times a week, how many episodes?
3-4 times a week, I don't know. I don't watch it.
Some nights and things like that, whereas Holby City was once a week for an hour. So
I used to like Holby and Casualty.
Casualty's still on, but Holby's finished. So
Yeah. So
I saw the episode of. I think COVID mainly killed Holby off, because you know it wasn't. It just wasn't as popular as Casualty and things like this. And I saw the Holby City one where they came back from COVID. There was 2 episodes special, and so they covered the COVID time in those 1 or 2 comeback episodes. And oh my god, that was it was quite hard hitting, because it dealt with like when COVID first hit. So they were like, people were dying of unknown respiratory illnesses, and oh my god, it was harrowing to watch, because it was still so fresh. It wasn't like 5 years had passed. It was just like 6 or 8 months, and it was still so fresh. And it was like, oh my god, this is what happened. So yeah, sounds like a bit of nutmeg being grated there.
anyway, are you a Doctor Who fan?
I'm not, but I did see.
No.
Well, I mean, I've met a couple of the Dalek men in the past.
Yeah. Well, no, it's just that next year David Tennant is coming back for 3 episodes.
Really?
Yeah, but I think from what I read, I think it's November next 23 that he's coming back for 3 episodes.
I saw on Twitter, Paul McGann was trending, and so was David Tennant, and so was who's the other guy? Matt Smith.
Yeah.
Yeah. So they were trending, and I thought, why are they trending? So I clicked on Paul McGann, because I always liked Paul McGann, and they were talking about how he appeared in the Doctor Who, because he only did Doctor Who once for like a TV film, but since then he's also done audiobooks of Doctor Who, or you know.
Oh, right.
Is it audiobooks or like standalone, like sort of?
It could well be, because we used to print Doctor Who books where I work.
Yeah, I think it is audiobooks.
But they're only so little thin ones, so they were only like short stories, really.
Yeah, and potentially kind of like plays, but
yeah,
you know, it's spoken word stuff anyway. So he did some of those. But when I saw that he'd come back, and the reaction that people had to it, like, oh my god, Paul McGann, like he's appeared like sitting there, as in, yeah, I'm just waiting to be asked to be returned. So I was like, oh wow, because I think that was probably the last time I enjoyed a Doctor Who. I did see some of Christopher Eccleston's, because
he didn't last long though, did he? He didn't last long, did he?
But
I think he only did 1 or 2 series, didn't he?
So
the thing is, I mean, I remember the original one.
Well, yeah, William Hartnell.
Yeah, William Hartnell. I go all the way back to them, to the old black and whites. Yeah. And I used to be hiding behind the settee when the Daleks and the Cybermen come in.
Patrick Troughton.
Yeah.
John Pertwee, Tom Baker.
Yeah.
Hold on, Peter.
Well, you got Wiki Micky up, have you?
I haven't. Look. Peter Davidson, Colin Baker, Sylvester McCoy. Paul McGann. That's probably about as far as I can get. And then it goes to, I don't know if there was one in between, Christopher Eccleston, David Tennant, Matt Smith. Was there somebody between him and the lady?
Yeah.
Oh, who am I missing? Who am I missing?
Don't know. I think there's about 14 of them altogether.
Oh, hang on. The guy who, I can see him. There's
what, John Pertwee?
No. The guy, a recent one. I said John Pertwee. A recent one, and he's an older guy. Well, that's it. Thank you, Peter Capaldi.
That's it.
There we go. So
slice of cake, Aunt Sally. That's why when I was watching John Pertwee, I always used to think he's going to come out with a piece of cake, Aunt Sally, because he did Wurzel, didn't he?
Oh yeah.
I used to love that program.
I watched when I started watching Doctor Who. I remember vaguely John Pertwee, but that might have been reruns. But Tom Baker was my main. Tom Baker through to Peter Davidson, and I mean the Daleks used to scare me.
No, I only mentioned it because they're bringing back David Tennant.
Yeah.
His sidekick's always been women.
Yeah, that was to add the little bit of glamour. You know, if they were male, then they had to have the woman to get the male interest. You know, it's sci-fi male, and then the women, a bit of eye candy and stuff like this. And there was the electronic dog, and I met the voice of him as well. So, K9.
K9.
K9. I met all these people. I didn't actually meet. I always used to meet the people who weren't quite the people. So I never got to meet Tom Baker. But I didn't meet Davros, but I met somebody who did a Dalek voice, and I met the voice of K9, and I didn't actually meet Luke Skywalker. I met the voice of C-3PO. So I used to, but I did meet Rolf Harris and Jimmy Savile.
You did, and you survived.
I survived. I obviously not fanciable enough.
You didn't sit on his lap and tie his kangaroo down, sport?
No. Rolf Harris
played with his wobble board.
Rolf Harris was performing at a BBC thing that I went to, like literally doing all the wobble board drawing stuff and everything. And Jimmy Savile, it was Jim will fix it.
He didn't fix it for you, Jimmy, didn't then?
It was Jim will fix it, and I was sitting on the beanbag, not on his knee. So my dad had done a piece for it. They'd asked him, obviously, to show amazing. God, my dad.
Your dad worked for the Beeb, didn't he?
He did. And what the thing was that this boy had written in. My dad used to do sound effects and studio managing for Radio 4, Radio Drama. So it's basically like the radio plays and things. And my dad did sound effects, and we used to go out and do field recordings. Like I remember going to Epsom Downs for him to record the horses racing and things. Good excuse for my dad.
That'd be really interesting.
I actually really liked it. I've got I tidied my photos away. I'll have to dig them out again. There's a picture of me wearing the BBC headphones, and there's actually an Epsom Downs camera, like BBC camera, looking at me. That it was set up, obviously. But yeah, so he used to do all this stuff. And what had happened was a boy had written into Jim Will Fix It asking how are the sound effects made on radio plays. Great, so fine. So they get him in and that, and my dad's showing him and everything like this. Turns out the boy is deaf. Not just deaf, profoundly deaf.
Oh no.
So to this day, we still don't know how a profoundly deaf kid heard the plays and the sound effects well enough for him to have an interest, but obviously he must have had something. But I remember in the episode it was Bleak House. They were recording Bleak House in that.
Yeah.
So my dad was showing how that they do all different sound effects and things like this, creaking doors and everything. I used to find it really interesting. I wanted to work for the BBC, but my dad was absolutely not an nepotistic parent, you know, like trying to give his kids a leg up. Unfortunately, he was completely the opposite, as in, ha ha ha, you'll never do that. Thanks, Dad. Yeah. So now when I talk to people about that I've done extras work, people who know my dad, about my extras work and that, and they go, "Oh, I bet your dad helped you do that." No, absolutely, completely off my own. But yeah, but your dad worked for the BBC. Yeah. He didn't do anything to help me at all. So, no harm. It is what it is. I'm starring in my own.
In your own
my
right.
own right, you know, in my own life.
Because you also did that short play, didn't you?
I
did. Where you was lying in that bed. I did watch that.
So fun. Taught me that I really, really don't like learning lines. I hate learning lines, and I feel like I'm really wooden in it. I feel like I'm wooden in the delivering the lines, but the actual slapstick horror bits, you know, like where I fall down the stairs and when I scream for help and stuff like this. I feel like that's where I come out of myself. When I was in a film called Kill Keith, how did I forget that? Kill Keith, and I wrestled with Keith Chegwin in the street, right? And it is on YouTube. And it's about, I can't remember, it's about 12 minutes in, maybe 40 minutes in. I can't remember. Anyway, I'm only in it for about 30 seconds of that. I come running down the street screaming, "Keith, I love you!" But that was all ad-libbed. They didn't know that they were going to have somebody in there like that until they met me. And they said, "Actually, we'll have you as the crazed fan." Keith was doing a piece to camera in the film. And I come running in, "Keith, I love you, I'm your biggest fan." And I'm trying to kiss him, and he has to fight me off. I was absolutely covered in bruises up my arm. We had to do about 7 takes just to like get the right one. It was so much fun. But again, that was ad-lib. That was off the cuff, and I like doing stuff like that. Had they told me to learn a line, I would have been way more wooden. But if somebody says, "Right, we want you to be the crazed fan, so do and say what a crazed fan would do," and I was just like, so I got to the top of the hill and I was going, "Right, I'm going to go, I love you and I'm the biggest fan." And so as I come running down the road, it's all coming out. I absolutely loved that. That was so much fun. That one. So yeah, I think my forte is not starring role, but I do like doing ad lib and no, what's the other one? When they oh God, whose line is it anyway? Does it? You know, when they improvisation. There we go, improvisation.
Yeah.
I do love improvisation where you're told to do something and then you put your spin on it, and I really, really like that. So, which is probably why I like doing this, because again, it's unscripted. You just go for it.
Yeah. And then you just bounce off the other person.
Yeah, exactly.
It's just a bit like streaming, really.
Yeah, exactly. That's what I'm saying. That's why I like doing this. It's I like streaming because it's the same thing. You can. When I did Holby, there was a little bit of improvisation there because they didn't really know what they wanted me to do. There was no script for me, but there was a script for the main actors who had to come in with a dog, and the dog was like a sniffer dog who could sniff out medical complaints. Right. So they knew that bit that came in, but they didn't know how it was going to react. The situation was going to react with me. So I just did what I would do if a dog was walked into a ward in hospital. So I was like looking at the dog and looking at the person and looking at the dog and looking like, what the fuck? Obviously with a better face than that. Like my face was like, what the fuck's going on? And the director was really pleased because that was exactly it. And yeah, I'd love to do more, but just
get back into it now. It's all over, Trace.
Yeah. We just need to find.
Get you out and about and Huh?
Yeah, no, I need to get back with agencies, but also there's the Star now that you have to wade through all the dross and the ones that don't pay, which is actually against the rules now. So
Yeah.
they still...
Do you
Yeah.
do you have to be a member of the actors?
No, they like you to. But,
What's it called?
Equity, and there's
Equity,
Vector.
yeah.
Vector's another one as well, and they like you to be because it's their trade union. So basically,
Yeah.
if you're a member of that or one of those, and a production tries to rip you off by not paying you, you can go through Equity and Vector.
Yeah.
So they like you to be like they, as in the big names and everything of it.
Yeah.
But you don't have to be. You used to have to be, and then they relaxed
Yeah.
the rules, and that's how I managed to get into it because you could do things that were unpaid and things. But unfortunately, then the unpaid stuff were the ones that were ripping people off because obviously, like not casting directly, the people who found the people for the productions were getting the money, but then advertising
Yeah.
it as free as you get your travel and your lunch. So
Yeah. So they were keeping the money for your work, basically.
yeah, exactly. And
Bit like any agency.
exactly, and if you're not a member of Vector or Equity, then you can't do anything about it. But then also the really unscrupulous ones, they ran off with the money anyway and disappeared. So there's one particular guy who just like ripped it all off and stuff. I got on okay with him, but he just sort of like did a disappearing act, and everyone was on Facebook on the groups going, "Oh, have you heard anything from him?" He's literally done a runner. He's either done a runner or somebody's got him. You know what I mean? So
Yeah.
well,
Yeah.
no, I will get back into it when I see something come up, or if somebody offers me something that sounds interesting, I will. But you do have to sit and...
Well, if they want some grumpy old bastard, just point them in my direction.
I will.
I can do grumpy really well.
I know somebody. He can do grumpy. But,
yeah. I do it really well.
yeah, no, it was fun. It is fun. But you know, like I said, it's something that I had to stop doing because my dad we just got too demanding on my time. I had to drop quite a few stuff because he, like I said, he wanted to phone me so many times a day to tell me little things, just like things that were interesting to him. And it went from being 1 or 2 calls a day up to 20, 25, 30 calls a day. And I was going insane. And the thing is, people used to say to me, just don't answer the phone. Okay, so I didn't answer the phone. Like, if I'm knackered, I'm going to bed for a couple of hours, right? And I'd get up, I'd unplug my phone and stuff, and I'd get up and I'd find he'd filled my answer phone. And people said to me, just delete them. Yeah, but what if I miss an important thing?
Yeah, exactly that.
And
yeah.
in the middle of all the dross of that he's leaving, his messages would be, "Oh, I'm just trying again. Oh, did you get my last message?" And then the next one would be, "Oh, I'm just re-recording that last message because it didn't go through." And then right in the middle of that would be, "By the way, I need more such and such on my next Tesco order." So if I didn't pick the messages up, I wouldn't have known, and he would have been without whatever it was that he needed. And it wasn't like I could just nip round there in the daytime because he was in Weymouth. So I'd get down there about once every 2 months, but I can do a count of what's in his freezer, but I didn't know, I wasn't keeping a running daily tally of what his carers were giving him or anything. So that's why I had to drop a lot of stuff. And it's only been like since COVID hit and after, because he went into the care home. It took me about a year of me going, "Oh my God, I'm not getting phone calls all the time. I haven't got anything to do with my time now." You know what I mean? And it's only been sort of recently that I could realise that, oh God, I can actually do that. So yes. So hello viewers. I just give a shout out to you guys. Can see that there are some numbers watching us. So we're happy for you to lurk, but if you want to come in and ask us any questions, give us a topic to talk about, follow us if you like us, you know, whatever, then lovely. So good to see you here.
You missed that, didn't you?
What? What happened? What happened? What happened?
This happened. You were so busy talking, you missed it.
The other thing is, as well, is that I've got the square of Skype over us on Twitch, because otherwise the delay of Twitch distracts me. So.
Yeah, well, I've got Skype open on the other screen, you see.
Oh,
So.
I need to get another screen. I do need.
That's why you'll see me keep looking that way every now and again. I'll look at the other screen.
I do need to get another screen, because then I can have.
I've just bought one, so.
I know. Hang on. Was it? Were you telling it on Friday night?
Was it Friday? It might have been Friday. Might have been Wednesday.
Oh, you didn't tell me Wednesday. Unless, of course, you said it on Wednesday and I zoned out.
Yeah.
But I saw
might be Wednesday. I don't know, but yeah, I did get a new screen.
You got money off?
I got a 1440p one. Yeah, it's a quicker one.
I think it must have been Friday.
Yeah.
I think it must have been Friday, because I would have commented and been like, okay, what make was it? And
it's an MSI, same as the other one I got, but the one's 1080p. This is 1440p, which is better for my gaming.
So have you noticed the difference?
Yeah, the writing's a lot smaller because you got more pixels on the screen.
Can't you zoom in?
You can.
That's what I have to do.
Yeah.
I found that Facebook now is at about 120%, and I'm like, okay.
I was in trouble with the wife for it, but
God, what did she say?
She's over it now.
What did she say?
But I did. I got a letter from the pension people today.
Right.
Apparently, we're getting, because I'm old and grey, and that they're going to send me 500 quid for a winter payment.
Oh, that's gone up a bit. That's gone up quite a bit.
Well, it's only for this year. Apparently, it's 500 quid.
Blimey.
To help with the cost of living.
So the cost of living has been lumped into it as well. Because when my dad got it, it was something like 100 or something.
150 quid it used to be. But it's 500 quid this year, and that'll go back down to 150 next year. But I ain't going to turn it down, Trey. Oh. So you know.
You're not Peter Stringfellow.
So what I did, the wife came home. She's eating her dinner. I said, I went on Jet2's website.
Oh yeah.
And we could have had a week. Oh, she didn't want to go. A week for two of us in January in Cyprus for that 500 quid.
Why did you want to go?
She didn't want to go.
Oh.
Yeah, 250 quid each for a week in Cyprus. Well, it's got to be better weather than here, Trace, isn't it? You know, so. But
would have been nice. So you just went, okay, well, I'll get a new screen then.
No, I'd already got that then. I'll get another one. Yeah, I'll just buy a new graphics card.
Oh, you got a new graphics card?
No, I haven't. I said I'll spend that 500. No, I won't.
You might have talked yourself into it there, though.
Because I'll get hung if I spend any more on my computer.
Oh dear. You're gonna have to get that part-time job, aren't you?
Actually, I've applied for two and been turned down for two.
Oh my God.
One driving for Iceland.
Oh.
And one working in Aldi.
Oh. And you've been turned down for both?
Yeah.
Were these seasonal ones?
Yeah, over the Christmas period.
I was going to say, because that'll all be coming out, like, if not now.
Yeah, but I think it's because they think I'm too old. Because apparently there's a lot of heavy lifting involved.
Oh, yeah, possibly, yeah.
You know, shoving the trolleys about and...
Yeah.
You know, I don't mean the trolleys that you do shopping, I mean the big ones.
They do look cumbersome, to be honest.
But I think that's why it is what it is. Although they don't say so, they're not allowed to say so, are they? They just say that your application has been unsuccessful at this time. But it was only like 20 hours a week, but that'll get me out of the house.
Yeah, and give you a bit of extra
You know,
income.
a few quid in your pocket.
Exactly.
But there we go. Something will turn up.
Exactly. It'll be the right one. The right one will turn up, and you'll get the right one.
Yeah.
That's how what I always think. It's you know.
To be fair, I weren't keen on either one.
That's why you didn't get them. There you go. The universe gave you what you.
I weren't keen on either of them, but I thought I'll apply for them because that will actually get me out of the house doing something rather than moping around the house all day.
I think you said I can't remember if it was Friday or when I was away, but one of the streams you said that you'd been offered a job, but you didn't want it. Was it working with old people? No, his memory's gone. Where did I hear that? You said that there was a job, you'd been offered it, but you didn't want to work with old people.
Yeah, because I'm an old person.
Yeah. That was because I know Steve commented, yeah, but you're old anyway or something.
Exactly.
Yeah. No, I wondered what that was. I wondered what the job was. Like, was it a care job or was it a...
Yeah. It was going around people's houses.
Oh, God. Yeah. They're crying out for people. You know.
They are round here. But yeah, it'd give you 15 minutes in each house to get whatever's done. Now, if some old dear or some old geezer sits down there and wants to have a little natter for half an hour, then I'd be sat there nattering for half an hour. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, see, this is what I was trying to get through to my dad's social worker and also the care agency that he'd been allocated and stuff. Because we had it on the screen. We had my dad on the screen on we had the camera. And we could see that sometimes the carers were in and out in 5 minutes in a half-hour appointment. And I was trying to say to the social worker and to the agency, this is not acceptable. He's paying for it. He and social services were paying jointly, although I think my dad was paying the most because of his pension. So I was trying to say to them, look, this is acceptable. And what the social worker and the agency were saying is, oh well, but if the carer has finished their jobs, or their tasks for that time, then and if David says that they can leave, then they can leave. And I'm like, yeah, he will say to leave. If you say to my dad, I'm done now, can I go? My dad will say yes. His default setting with his dementia was yes. I said what he needs is somebody to sit down and talk to him. And also the other thing was that these were during meal times as well, and he had a choke risk. So they're leaving him with a plate of hot food to choke, potentially. And I said, I don't mind if they leave 5 minutes or even 10 minutes early, if they've done all that and given him a little bit of a chat. And just overseen the main food. Okay, the dessert is yogurt. He's not going to choke on that. And if he does, it's not going to harm him. But just sit.
The mother-in-law had one, and she'd go in. She'd make a cup of tea, stand in the kitchen on her phone for 15 minutes, and then go.
Yeah.
Did absolutely nothing.
Yeah.
Now, she's supposed to be there because mother-in-law wasn't very mobile. She's supposed to be there to wash her.
Yeah.
Make sure she's had something to eat and whatever. And all she do, and we know it's true because we put a camera in there. And we watched her do it. She'd go in, make herself a cup of tea, stay in the kitchen.
The camera thing too.
Yeah. Well, it came up. There's one of them that just come up on my phone, that linked to my phone.
Yeah.
And
that's what my brother did, but we also had the login to be able to look on screen. So yeah, go on.
Yeah. Yeah, and like I say, she'd go in, she'd make a cup of tea, stand in the kitchen on her phone for about 15 minutes, and then go, do nothing.
Yeah. Now, if you're going to be there,
Because
talk to
the
her.
only reason we put the camera there was because mother-in-law was complaining that she didn't do anything. We thought, well, I mean,
Yeah.
to be fair, mother-in-law weren't sort of all there, like,
Yeah.
but
Oh, my dad thought that the carers were doing so much for him. Everything.
yeah,
Absolutely
yeah.
everything. The camera's picking up that they were doing the bare minimum and leaving as quickly as possible.
Yeah.
Sorry,
Yeah.
go on.
But no, I was just saying that's why I didn't want to do it, because they give you 15 minutes in these
And
places,
you
and I'd want
get there and get to the next one and
next one. Yeah. So nah, because I'd want to sit there nattering, so I'd probably only get 2 done a day.
yeah.
You know?
This is the thing. It's different if you work in a care home, because you can devote a little bit of extra time. So yes, of course, you've still got to get round and get people up and
Yeah.
washed and everything. But then there's social time. That they have social time that you can still be working, like as in looking at files or taking notes or whatever you've got to be doing. But you can still have a chat with them.
Yeah, well, they have a day room, don't they? And they'll
Yeah.
go in and, and you can sit and have a chat to them in the day room or
Yeah,
whatever,
exactly.
or in between doing your little jobs.
Yeah.
And I think another thing that put me on is cleaning up other people's mess.
Yeah.
If they mess themselves or anything, I couldn't do it.
I couldn't do it.
Particularly if they sent me to a woman, I could not, in all honesty, clean up a woman.
No, I couldn't do it. I'm telling you, the amount of mess that my dad used to make foul-wise.
I think, yeah, but I think it's the fear of, I mean, because they're not quite, of them saying something that I've done that I haven't, you know what I mean?
Yeah, but yeah.
And so there's no way I'd want to be put in a situation like that. So it's another reason I don't.
My dad used to make so much mess with when he messed himself. I've said before on stream. I don't know how he managed it, and it was usually done by oh god, her name was Sarah. How it rhymed with carer, we do not know, but Sarah the carer.
Sarah the carer,
absolutely bloody fantastic. She cleaned him and his mess up. She'd tell him. She'd be like, "Oh, David, what have you been doing?" You'd tell him off, which I told her that's what he needs. You need to speak to him like this. But she'd also have a laugh with him and stuff. They really got on well together. But she'd clean up and that. I'd be there. I'd be gagging. I'd be no. I was classed as his main carer, but I was not hands on, and I don't feel bad about that at all, because I mean, literally, I was, I managed the rest of the care team. I was better than their own care team manager did, but I did everything else, and I don't mind that I didn't. So it's so quiet out there in internet land. I know it must be.
It is.
I know it's half term in Britain. Maybe they're off in America as well, leading up to spooky season. We are having our Halloween party next Monday, aren't we?
We are.
I know you've got an outfit. Don't give away the surprise. And I know roughly what I'm doing. Steve needs to decide what he's doing. Unless he's just going to turn up as himself.
That's scary enough, isn't it?
I need to look up. I want to do some makeup effects, so I need to look up some TikToks of how to do what I want. When I was
now my son's partner, she's very good at that. Makeup artists. I'll snag a couple of her pictures and I'll DM you on Facebook, Trace.
Yeah.
A couple of her pictures that she of her.
Yeah. No, I'd love to see.
She's done to herself.
Yeah, when I was streaming the stream before, my own stream before this, Best Pal came in.
Right,
so I was like, he got so confused. He's like, where's Micky and Steve? And I'm like, I was going, look behind me, look behind me. There is no magic happening here. This is my stream. This is. And so I explained, the reasoning behind what I was doing that. Anyway, so we were saying, he said, what's the gang dressing up for Halloween? And I said, no, not telling you. You'll have to tune in on Halloween night. So he actually said, I know what Micky's going to go as, and I thought he'd got it, and then he said he's going as Liz Truss, isn't he? It actually made me laugh. So yeah, so I was it was nice to see Best Pal, and we had a bit of a chit chat.
Well, why he's not here? Yeah.
No, I said to him, come on, come and see us and everything. Come and have a chat. But yeah, so it was good though, because him and Andy were having a bit of a chat in the like I said, in the thing. So I was hoping that was going to sort of get people looking and seeing there was however many people. I had 7 unique viewers, but the most I had at one time 3. So and I know that one of them wasn't Andy, because he buggered off. He buggered off somewhere. So yeah, so that's good. It's all good. It's numbers. I'm just hoping to do people.
Yeah.
I'll keep doing it, and if people get used to seeing a pre-show show, then I kept doing that. Yeah, because look, Micky, look.
Oh, right. Yeah, you got a signature on yours.
Yeah.
Old bastard didn't put Love Woody on mine, did he?
Actually, do you know that actually he's written Love Woolly, so I think he's thinking of. But yeah, so I've got my card now, so I'm happy. Oh, what?
And you got your shirt.
I did. I did.
I think Wednesday night should be t-shirt night.
Well, what's that? What's he just written across the top? I fucking love you, Micky.
Wanker.
He's waving it around now. Look, he's waving a fucking love you, Micky. The only problem is with my t-shirt is that I'm a bit bigger than an extra large. I don't know if I'll get it over one breast. I can try if people want me to try and squeeze into it, I'd be quite happy to. But when I opened it, I was like, I haven't been this size since I was about 15. But did we all get the same t-shirt, or are they different designs?
They're different.
Oh, cool. Oh, maybe we'll just have to then. I'll have to squeeze in. Oh God, I'm dropping it now. I wanted to show you.
I've just sent you a couple of pictures on Facebook.
Facebook?
Yeah, on Facebook.
Makes a change. Oh, see, that is so cool. Yeah. Okay, that's so cool.
Oh, the Doctor Who one. Yes. And that won't be until, I think I said November 23. But yeah. Yeah, I just sent you a couple of pictures on Facebook.
Them. They're really good. That's really.
She does them.
That is just amazing.
Yeah.
That's the kind of ideas that I'm thinking that I'll probably look for, but I don't know if I'm going to go quite as gory, because I'm not. Well, me saying not quite as gory. Well, no, only because I'm not sure what's allowed on Twitch.
Yeah.
Because okay, fake blood and everything, but it can be seen as So okay, we know it's Halloween and everything, so I'll just have a think, see how far I can push it. Because I'm sure other people do worse on Twitch, and clearly going to be fake.
Yeah.
I don't know. I don't want to get us banned for self-harm, promoting self-harm or something. Is anybody out there? No, oh no, that's Pink Floyd. Hello, is anybody in there? There we go. Got.
Just nod if you can hear me. Is there anyone at
No,
home?
don't. If they nod, we still won't be able to hear them. Look, we got an extra one.
Relax.
I can't remember. Go on.
I love
Yeah,
that
so do
song.
I. We had that at my. I was going to say my mum's wedding, for fuck's sake. At my mum's funeral. That was the last song for her funeral. We had the one with the extended guitar.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I really need a cup of tea. I'm dry as a bone. But I don't want to leave you here on your own.
No, you can. Let me show you this before you go, though. I want to show you the biggest mushroom I've ever seen in my life.
Ooh.
Look at the size of it compared to my hand.
Yeah. We get them a lot when we go abroad, you know.
Fucking huge.
They'll stick one of them, that size, in a burger. Because if you have a look, it's about the size of a burger bun.
This is bigger than any bap I've ever seen. It's unbelievable. It came in a pack of 3 large mushrooms, which was only 80p from Tesco. And I was looking at it going, Jesus Christ, they're normally the biggest ones are normally like about that size. That's still about the size of my hand. But this one, I don't know what I'm going to do with this one because it's so good. And do you know what?
I had some chopped up in my, not that big. I only got some little ones chopped up in my my pork casserole I made today.
I was actually, well, my mum used to say allergic. It's not allergic, it's intolerant. I used to have an intolerance to mushrooms. My mum used to be allergic apparently, but she was intolerant. And basically just give you an upset stomach and the runs and things. And I used to have that. It used to make me nauseous. And then I started eating them about 5 or so years ago, something like that. And it, literally in the last sort of few months, I started, and I was gentle with it. I didn't just start eating. I had like one chopped up, and I thought, oh, that's okay. No, I'm not reacting to that. Now I can eat the whole punnet of mushrooms as long as it's like cooked, fried up properly. You know when you do it on a high heat and then they start squealing. Yeah. Perfect. Yeah. Lovely. So I've got a bit mad on them, but I don't mind because they're really good for you. Really good.
When I was in the kids' home, they used to give us mushrooms on toast for our tea after school sometimes.
And you know what? 10 years ago, I would have said that sounds disgusting. Now, no. Yum, yum, yum.
I didn't like them at first, but they used to boil them in a pan, and I'd have a little bit of the juice. Yeah, I know. Yeah, rather than fry them or boil them. Yeah. They used to give us a bit of juice, and I got used to the juice.
Oh, which right.
Is how I started to. I mean, I love mushrooms. I'll have mushrooms on anything. Huh?
Yeah. Oh no, I love mushrooms now. Like I said, especially if you do it in a hot pan and you get them so that they're squealing and they
just start to go brown on either side.
Exactly, because if you do them too low, they boil in their own juice, and then that's horrible.
Yeah.
When I went up to Scotland last year and we broke the journey on the way up at Doncaster, and we stayed at the Premier Inn then. I'd never been in a Premier Inn before, and it was the Beefeater next door that we had the breakfast in.
Yeah.
And whoever was on duty was just not a good cook because the sausages were, you know, when you cook sausages and the skin isn't the skin you can.
I hope he's back.
Off. Huh? Oh.
He's back.
You know, when you can peel off the skin off of a cooked sausage, that's horrible.
Yeah.
But the mushrooms, I don't know what they've done to the mushrooms. It was like they boiled them and then microwaved them. They were just. That's the thing I don't like is when mushrooms feel like slugs. That's horrible.
You want like tin mushrooms then?
No.
Fuck off now if you want, Micky.
They're vile, they are.
Do you want to make a cup of tea, Micky?
Yeah, I'll just go and nip.
Yeah, sorry, there's tea rattling.
Yeah. You got the main man, so.
Yeah. Did you see my big mushrooms, Steve?
Yes, I saw your big mushrooms.
Yeah, it's amazing.
Apparently they came in a pack of 3.
Yeah, I saw. I like mushrooms, but then I've always been a fun guy.
Yeah.
Look at that!
We get those. We get them that large. Sean does a lovely stuffed mushroom. He does a lovely. She stuffs them. Yeah. They're gorgeous.
Yeah.
She'd take one of those, she'd take the stalk off, and then she'd stuff it with cheese and peppers and bacon bits, jambons, I think she calls them, like that.
The reason that I got them, because I've had them before, but the reason that I've been getting them recently is because it's like on special offer at Tesco. Sean will tell you. But the other one that turned up, they were half the size of those, and these ones are massive. So what I would have done is just chopped them into my omelette or something. I can't do that with these. These are too beautiful to chop them up. I'm going to have to stuff them with something. So, Long Tour says he sent you the link in Whisper. He didn't send it to me. I've checked. How are you feeling now, Steve?
Like shit. RowanSoul_.tv is a Twitch stream of somebody that's got cancer apparently.
Oh.
It's got multiple TV cameras. Here we go. If I'm honest, I mean, I've got, as you know, I've got my CCTV cameras. I could do this with the cameras I've got, but I have to be honest and say, I think that's just a bit. I think that's just a bit intrusive. It's too intrusive for me. I wouldn't like to have my life broadcast that much.
This was what put me off, was because I'm not particularly a clothes wearer, and I'm not the tidiest of people, and I really just wouldn't want. I'd have to be dressed all the time, and I wouldn't want people just seeing my level of mess that I live in. You know, it's just a bit embarrassing. But
sorry, you're mumbling, Tracy.
I didn't. He's got in his tags: stage 5 cancer, death by medical condition.
Cancer stage 5 is normally terminal.
Well, that's what he's got there: death by medical condition.
Say what cancer though, does he?
Not in that, but he may well. Let me see. Scrolling down. Watch life in real time. These are the last days of his life. There is no any cure for his stage 5. Do note he does not show his pains. He fights pains alone with a broken heart. Sudden death is possible. Please respect his life. This channel is to keep eye on him. I don't know. I feel a bit.
That's too intrusive. I mean, he's got 3 years left. I mean, stage 5 is normally terminal weeks left. So I mean, it is in the UK. It might not be in the UK because I'm only stage 3. But it doesn't say what cancer. Okay, hang on, Micky. It doesn't say what cancer he's got, does it?
No, it doesn't. It just feels a bit.
It's too voyeuristic for me.
Yeah,
sorry.
I think it's too much of my life. I never liked Big Brother. I found that too voyeuristic. So,
No, but I liked Big Brother because because it was a short time. They're not dying on it. Then there's no big life things going on. It was an entertainment show. Where this is him dying of cancer for entertainment, or making entertainment about him, out of him dying of cancer. It just feels a bit weird.
Chemotherapy's doing to me. It's totally wiping me out.
Have you got one more appointment of chemo to go yet?
No, I've got 5 more.
Oh,
no, 4 more. 4 more. No, right. I'll tell you now, Tracy. This is how it works, right? For 6 months, I'm on a 21-day cycle. Every 21 days, I get the really shit stuff infused. Then at the end of 6 months, I go on to monthly infusions of just one drug directly into my belly for a further 2 years.
Ah.
For the next, I've had 2 chemos now. I've got 4 more to go. They infuse via my PIC line. They infuse rituximab, doxorubicin, something else. They give me 3 very powerful 2 very powerful cytotoxic drugs, and 1 monoclonal antibody, as well as steroids and Piriton. And yeah, I've got 4 more of those going. Each infusion I have to have in hospital, which is done through my PIC line, and it lasts about 6 hours that I'm in there for.
Yeah,
and like I say,
the reason I thought it was 3 was because I was mixing it up with the 3 weekly 21-day thing. Yeah.
It's not hard for you to mix things up, is it, Trace?
So we all want to see you try and put your T-shirt on. I think that's been decided.
Oh, that's absolutely fine. I
Yes.
will be quite happy to squeeze into it. That'll be Wednesday. We're all wearing it Wednesday, yeah?
Yeah, providing I'm feeling,
Yeah.
because I'm feeling like shit today. Providing I'm feeling a lot better, yeah.
Now, Alex, we've all got our T-shirts, and we shall be wearing them in your honour on Wednesday evening. There you go.
Yep.
Steve's actually got round to sending me the right one.
Yeah,
Oh.
say that again, Mickey. I couldn't
I
hear
mean,
it.
after sending me his and then sending me Tracy's, and yeah, not too bad. Steve's a bit under the weather today. His chemo's getting him down a bit. But yeah, other than that, I think me and Tracy are all right. Are we all right, Trace? Yeah.
Apart from this fucking tooth still bothering me, I'm gonna have to make a dental appointment and get it yanked because I've had enough. Yay! Woo! Come on, let's all wave our woodies.
Huh? I'm not waving my wood at you, Tracy. Thank you very much.
I'm waving my woody. You can't wave yours. Woohoo! Yours.
Put it down, Mickey. Put it down.
Put it in front.
Put it over your chest.
Yeah, put it in front of you.
That's it.
Yay!
That's it, right? Okay. If you get enough channel points, I will actually send you one of these via the post, and it will be numbered and signed. And that's not woolly. That's not woolly, Tracy. That's woody. All right. You just can't read my writing.
He's lying.
Yeah, that says woody.
He's lying.
Right. Yours isn't signed because I don't love you that much, Mickey.
Oh, you love him long time.
I forgot to sign yours. All right, Mickey. I heard. I had. I've been listening to you all the time. I've got my earpiece in.
I thought you were, but you might have sort of been really enjoying a bit of carrot or something at the time. Oh no, you had spaghetti bolognese, bit of garlic bread.
No, I didn't have garlic bread.
Oh.
And I had strawberries and cream after.
I can't stand the stuff. I really can't stand.
I don't like it. Yeah, there's always too much garlic, Mickey, isn't there?
Oh. Yeah, it plays havoc with me.
Oh,
it really
does.
does.
Me too, but you know, like when you go, I shouldn't eat that, but I'm gonna eat a bit anyway.
Well, I mean, we'll have a spag bol or a bolognese or something, or a chili and that. And Donna, we'll buy in Asda. You buy the whole like French stick full of it. Chuck it in the oven for 10 minutes or whatever, and she'll eat the whole fucking stick.
Oh, I will. Yeah, me too. Not garlic bread.
No,
I like those. Do you ever get those part baked French sticks or baguettes?
Yeah, I've got some in the cupboard, I think. But we got the little ones. We got the little ones, the little rolls.
I do them in the air fryer. 10 minutes at 200 centigrade, right? An absolute perfection. Get them out of the air fryer when they're red hot, and I eat 2 of them to myself, covered in butter. Oh, beautiful.
I like them. I like them, but without the bloody garlic in them. Yeah, I'll have them with the butter in it.
Almost straight out of the oven, not the garlic ones, the part baked ones. Out of the oven, let it cool for 2 to 5 minutes so that you can handle it, and then dip it in taramasalata. Oh, really delicious. Get a good taramasalata and dip it in. That my mum got me onto at my 16th birthday party, and our family has lived off it forever since.
Tzatziki is better. Tzatziki is a lot
with
better.
The hot bread. Oh, it's really nice. My sister, most of her kids, both of my kids, at least one of my grandchildren.
I'll be back in a minute.
So yeah, that was Oh yeah, my daughter was cursing me today because I went to see her, and because my other daughter was there as well, so I got to see all the grandkids. And
you got 2?
What? Yeah.
Daughters.
Yeah, I've got 2 daughters. So I went to one of my daughter's house.
You got any boys?
I've got no boys, but all the grandkids are boys. Yeah, so I balanced it out. So yeah, I went to my youngest daughter, and my eldest daughter came along with her little one, and so I got to see all of them today. And I was just when you go somewhere, I just get little bits, little souvenir-y type things. And
see, Alex agrees with me.
See, the thing is, I like tzatziki, just not with the hot bread. I would have it with maybe hot pita bread or something else, or it goes.
Yeah, it's like a cucumber cream, and the Greeks do it really
goes
well.
Really well with a slightly spicy food. Because it cools it all down and it just adds that creamy element to it. But just when it's the hot bread, caramelized. Anyway, so I went down to see them, and I gave them the little bits. Yeah, I got them a fridge magnet from Blackpool each, and I got the boys. It was a furry thing that when you squeezed it like a ball, it expanded out. And but my youngest daughter was.
Squeeze me, my balls expand, Trace.
If I squeezed one of your balls, would a thing come out of it?
Oh dear.
Well, my daughter was cursing me because I produced these 3 boxes of snaps for the boys. And she was like, oh God, no, fucking no. And I was like, it's all right. These come with a rule. You do not do them in the house. So both the boys, the older boys, rushed off, got dressed, came back. Right, we're going downstairs, Mum. And off they went. And my daughter was, don't throw them at each other, don't put it in their face, don't do all this kind of stuff. And I was just laughing. I was like, oh dear. But they thought they'd had snaps before, but I was the only one that actually explained to them why it was dangerous to put it in each other's faces. I said, because it's gunpowder, it's the stuff that's in fireworks. They were like, oh my God, that's so cool. Come on, let's go and have a war. So they went downstairs.
It's like them caps we used to have in the old cap guns when we were little.
That's what reminded me. Oh, God, sorry. Alex says, Tatsuki's awesome. We saw that. I like it on warm sourdough and a nice beef roast shredded. Oh.
Lovely. Make me hungry now.
I'm going to have to buy a piece of beef and then slow cook it and do that. I'm seriously going to do that. When I do it, I will take a photo in honour of of that. I'll call it my Alex sandwich.
You know, I like mustard smothered all over my roast beef.
I like horseradish.
Yeah, a bit of horseradish.
Horseradish.
Yeah. See, we don't have horseradish in this house because nobody likes it by me.
We when I had my Turkish meal on Saturday, we had starters. They called it meze, I think, or meze. And it was a cucumber and cucumber. One of the sauces was cucumber and cheese, or cucumber and cream. I dipped. I had warm sourdough bread. You dipped in that. Another one was hummus.
I'm not keen on hummus.
Yeah, well, that tzatziki is a cucumber in a white.
I think it was that. I think it was that. And we had
tzatziki.
4.
It's.
We had the hummus, the tzatziki.
Yeah.
An onion salad, which is the same as you get in an Indian, and Turkish sausage, which I've never had Turkish sausage before. That was really nice.
But Turkish place we go to, they normally give you a meze complimentary when you go in, i.e. the bread and the dips and that sort of, as a complimentary.
Oh, we had a meal for 2. It was 44 quid for a meal for 2, where we had the meze, that great big plate of meat, and baklava for dinner.
I'm seriously going to have to find a Turkish restaurant because I've never been to one. I nearly went to one in Hove or Brighton a couple of years ago with a friend of mine, and then we ended up going somewhere else because everybody wanted steak. So so I must go to one. Obviously,
that was my first one. That was my first ever one.
Yeah, obviously I've had kebabs.
What, first ever Turkish restaurant? Well, because my wife works for a Turk, we've been to quite a few. I like Turkish food, to be fair. You can have it spicy or not. It depends, depends what you want. But I normally have, what's it called? Haleb kebab, which is in a sauce. It's really nice. It's like a kofti. Kofti kebab, which is all like the chopped up on a stick, with a sauce on it. I really like that. Or that, or a large shish. Got to have a large shish with a bit of chili sauce or something. But when my sister and that came down, when did they come down? A few months back. We went out to Turkish restaurant then, not realising that they'd never been to a Turkish, and 3 of them were expected. They got nothing English on the menu, nothing. So we introduced them to the joys of Turkish, which a couple of them weren't over keen, to be fair.
That's nice, though. That's nice, Micky.
Well, yeah. Well, I just thought, you know, I mean, they were expecting us. We got a place here called the Copper Smokehouse, and they do the most fantastic smoked brisket.
Oh, wow.
Oh, it's gorgeous it is, and it just shreds, you know, just shreds. And then they were expecting to go there, but we went there last time that they came down, so I thought, well, I'll try taking somewhere else. You know, you don't want to go to the same place all the freaking time. So I thought I'd try to, not realising that 3 of them, two of them who I hadn't met because they were my sister's friends. They came down with her. I didn't realise that they'd never had Turkish before. So, and like I say, they don't serve any English, no English food in there at all. So, but the Copper Smokehouse, their smoked briskets. But the only thing I don't like about that place is they put the barbecue sauce all over it, and there tends to be too much of it. So I did speak to the manager there when he come round. I mean, there was fucking 8 of us. I mean, the bill was nearly 200 quid. And I said, a little tip, why don't you put the sauce in little pots so that people can either dip or pour on as much as they like? I said, because the only thing is, by the time I got halfway through it, I was fed up with eating it because it had got that much bloody sauce on it. All I could taste in the end was barbecue sauce. I don't mind barbecues, but I don't like loads of it. Do you know what I mean?
You don't want everything to taste of the sauce. You want to be able.
Well, no, you got. I mean, I had this brisket and I had a jacket potato alongside. But you're trying to eat the jacket potato, and all you can taste is a fucking sauce, like, you know.
Yeah, no, exactly.
So I said I did make, you know, a suggestion that he puts them in, but whether they've done, I don't know, because I haven't been since.
Like if you went to a Turkish restaurant, for example, and they just covered everything in chili sauce. Their chili sauce may well be the best homemade chili sauce ever, but you don't want it everywhere. You want to be able to taste the flavours of what you're eating and have a dip if you want to, or you know, you spread it on if you want. So, yeah, no. I like to be able to taste the different elements of the food, not have it all moved. That's what put me off. I used to always love when I went to any type of harvester or pub or whatever, I would always have Hunter's chicken, but you end up just tasting barbecue sauce.
Yeah, they smother it. You can't taste the bacon because it's smothered in. You can't taste the chicken,
and then you have chips or whatever with it, and you could that's come. The barbecue sauce is leaked into that.
Yeah. I know exactly what you're saying. Every time we go to the harvester, all the missus wants is the salad bar because you get the free salad bar.
Yeah.
It is good, and it's the only time I'll eat salad, to be fair, is when I go in there. I have a bowl while you wait for your main to come, don't you?
And they do the sauces, and they do the little bread rolls with the butter, and then they have the sprinkles. You've got the little bacon sprinkles, or bacon flavoured, or the...
Well, them little rolls always remind me of them part-baked ones.
They are.
You know.
I haven't been to a harvester.
They probably are, yeah.
Must go to a harvester again.
Yeah.
I am listening, sorry, I'm just catching up with everything.
No, you're fine. You're fine. You carry on. But yeah,
stop yourself from falling asleep here. You're not boring me. Don't get me wrong. You're not boring me. I'm just shattered.
We're boring everybody else, Steve. So
I haven't looked at the stat. I'm not looking at the stats. I'm actually
bore you as well.
I'm actually on Twitter at the moment. So
Steve's got so much faith in us that even he falls asleep when we're streaming.
All viewers.
Anytime you want to go, Steve. I mean, we've done an hour and 50.
I'm fine at the moment. Like I say, I'm just catching up with some of the things that I should have done earlier on in the day. As long as you two are happy just to chat, I'm here and I'm listening. And
well, we've been
joining.
We've been doing all right, haven't we, Trace?
Yeah. No, I've been watching. I've been listening and watching.
having a good old rattle on about the affairs of the day. This is what I was trying to say to my stream. I was saying we talk about the affairs of the day, but also
Richie is an anagram of high risk anus. Did you know that?
Yes, yeah.
And I also remember what happened after you put it up on straight back in the day, and you had questions the next time going, why did it say high risk anus across?
Yeah, because that's what he put for my name.
So funny. That was so funny because the other words that he put up was I toss fags.
Yeah.
Because you'd admitted to throwing cigarettes out of the window, so.
Oh, what I actually said, I don't toss fags, but he misheard me. I've got his fucking hearing aids in.
So.
Huh? He misheard me and put it down as I toss fags when what I said, I don't like people who toss fags.
It's hilarious, Mrs.
So much nicer than me, Micky. I took my family from the States down to Culinary Black Hole. Took them to my favourite Indonesian, Chinese, Philippines food court down. It's where most of the local Asians and localised eat. Walking a pig head, duck hanging, fermented fish. It's all smell. Oh, lovely. Oh, lovely.
Rendered me silent.
Pig blood
that
soup.
Sounds nasty. Yeah.
I can't go into fish restaurants because Sean can't stand the taste or smell of fish. But I love fish. I love a nice bit of fish.
What I saw today on Facebook.
We should stop mentioning fucking Facebook.
Sorry, I think Long Tour will be the smelliest fish. People were trying to eat this smelliest fish out of these cans.
They're from Scandinavia.
They were retching all over the place, just opening these. Well, I was sorry, but I was crying, laughing at some of these people trying to eat this fish. I'm sorry, but I wouldn't be able to put it in my mouth. Oh no. One smell of that and it'll be straight out the door in the bin.
Wanting to apply for Big Brother because I did love Big Brother especially when it was on Channel 4. But it was things like they got them to eat the hottest chili thing didn't bother me so much, but it was things like the 100-year-old egg. I can't remember what they call them, but it's like Chinese delicacy where they just literally they boil an egg and then they just leave them until they're rotten and then they eat them. And
lutefisk, that's it, lutefisk.
Yeah, and also things like the stinkiest fish and things like that. And I just, no way would I want to be.
See, now for me, the only Big Brother I liked was the first series. Yeah. Because that was a social experiment.
Yeah.
After that, it got all more into the entertainment.
Yeah,
which I then lost interest. And the further it went, the more, well, I call them stupid people they put in.
Because it was entertaining.
You know, who were only there just to try and get famous and that. And I thought, no.
Yeah, 1, 2, and 3. But 1 was social experiment. 2 and 3 followed on that.
Yeah.
But they.
Is that the one with what's her name?
Goody.
She's dead.
That was
Jade.
Series. That was series 3.
I thought she was hilarious. To be fair.
I couldn't stand her. No,
Could you
stand
not?
her. I just found her grating. Absolutely grating.
Yeah, well, that's just.
But carry on.
I think that way about cheese.
Oh, I'm saying. Oh, she's great, but she passed away of cancer, didn't she?
Cervical cancer.
But she had a son, I think, I believe.
And one of them's EastEnders now, yeah.
2, was it? Yeah, that's right. One of them is in EastEnders, yeah. My wife had to point that out to me.
No, wait. No,
I don't know. I don't watch the fucking program.
I think her husband. No, they weren't married. Her ex partner, Jeff Frazier. I think he did really well to keep the boys out of the media spotlight. I know they sort of obviously when she was dying of cancer, there was a little bit of think about the boys type thing, but after that they were out of the spotlight. Before that and after that, out of the spotlight. And I think he just did really well. He could easily have jumped on the Jade bandwagon and carted them around to the Sun and the Mirror and TV and everything like that, but we didn't see anything of it until now. They're old enough to pursue their own careers. So the guy that's in EastEnders now also has had currently has a modelling career. So Yeah.
All right.
Yeah. So good. I think he's done really well
These
to.
are all things that should go in the
But the
wiki.
one
You know
who,
that, don't you?
yeah, but the one who won the first one, he was a Scouse
Craig?
builder, wasn't he? Craig, that's it. But he had a program, a DIY program on the telly for a while, which
Yeah,
I
he
found was
did.
quite
Craig
interesting as well.
Phillips. He did, but
Yeah.
what I liked about that again was that he didn't go in there to find a career. He already was a carpenter or whatever before that,
Yeah.
and
Yeah.
he came out and he didn't instantly explode onto our scenes. It was a few years later that he then got a job on TV doing the same thing that he did before
Yeah.
going onto Big Brother. So
Yeah.
that's what I liked about that. But
Yeah.
since then, we've ended up with a few DJs from Big Brother because Kate from Series 3, she won. No, she didn't. Yes, she did. Kate Lawler, she won Series 3. She went on to become a DJ. And there was a few others. Adele, who she's got cancer at the moment.
And you got her that's on this morning.
Alison. I really
Yeah,
liked
Alison,
her.
she was on
voted
Big
out
Brother.
in something like week 2.
Oh,
Yeah.
she's hilarious, man. She is absolutely. I love her. She's absolutely hilarious. She actually showed a clip of her. She's in her garden and she fell over, and I think it was her brother was recording it, and you can see her ass and everything. But she actually showed that clip.
But again, these were still the early days of. They're not going in there to. Oh, thank you, Mad Mark.
Oh, thank you, Mark. 3 months.
Thank you.
Thank you very much, Mark.
Thank you, Mark.
Yeah, so that was still back in the day when okay, they were getting themselves on telly, but they weren't going on there as, thick as mince. We're just doing this to try and get a TV program. Good evening.
Yeah.
I'm still waiting
Hello,
to
mate.
stream snipe you, Mark.
You're waiting for what?
Waiting to stream snipe him.
Oh, stream snipe. Okay.
Snipey, snipey, streamy.
When he's streaming and we're streaming and I turn up on his stream.
Oh God, yeah, you couldn't.
We're up and down like a bloody
I
horse
think he
draws
was
tonight.
anticipating it his last stream because his last stream he was streaming from Minxie's kitchen.
Right.
So there's no way that you could have suddenly floated in the background there unless that was set up with you and Minxie in the first place. But yeah, I like the Channel 4, and when it switched over to Channel 5, I did still watch it, but you could see that there was a big shift in we've got to get these people to do stupid things for TV entertainment purposes.
Can I tell you a funny story about Big Brother?
Yeah.
Back in about 1998, I think, I had to go to Holland to take part in a television programme called The Red House. It's a Dutch television programme. Anyway, the presenter was also the major producer of Dutch television output. He was also a big television producer in the UK. And when we were in the green room between takes for this programme, he was telling me that next year I'm going to be bringing a programme to the UK called Big Brother. And I said, what's that about? And he said, well, we've got these people in a house and we're just going to film them. And I said, well, that sounds like the biggest load of old shit I've ever heard in my entire life. And he said, what? I said, I don't think it'll catch on. He said, well, in other countries, he said, in Germany it's caught on, in the Philippines it's caught on. I said, well, I honestly don't think it will catch on. I said, who really wants to sit there and watch other people's boring fucking... I really went on a downer on it, and he was really promoting it, and I was really on a downer on it, and I think he must have thought I was some sort of cunt, which it turns out I was, because it did come on the next year, and it turned out to be massive, and I was totally wrong.
Who were you speaking to? Was it Basil Gett himself?
Hey?
Are you going to stream from Prague, are you, Mark?
What happened? Went black.
Yeah, you'd be streaming from Prague, Mark.
Just ask Mark. You're going to stream from Prague, because there's some nice backdrops you can get there. Or was he going on the piss for a weekend or something? Definitely. Cool. I'll have to drop in on that one.
Steve, I said, was it Basil Gett himself, Mr. Basil Gett? Basil Gett?
No, it wasn't Joseph Bazalgette, no. He's a Dutch bloke. If you look at the credits, Big Brother, you'll see him on the credits. He's a Dutch bloke.
All right.
Bazalgette is English.
Yeah, but
Bazalgette.
you know his
So is Basil Brush.
Bazalgette, the guy who was a big part of Big Brother, his ancestor did the sewage system.
Yes, I know. It's Sir Joseph Bazalgette, the Great Stink of 1885.
Yeah.
Built the
What, the London sewage system?
rebuilt the South Bank and put the pumps in down at Crossness. Don't make me talk. Look. See what I mean about my chest?
Yeah.
Oh, it's
That's like mine was the other week. That's a flu fucking jab, mate.
It's not the flu jab, Micky. I had the flu jab 8 days ago.
Get him off again.
John DeMol,
Get him fucking...
as in Endemol. John DeMol.
That's it, Endemol. That's the guy.
Yeah.
Endemol was a production
It's
company.
also the guy's name.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, is it?
I was thinking Endemol, and I was thinking that doesn't sound like a name, John DeMol. Oh,
Yeah, he's a Dutch guy. And he brought it to the UK.
Yeah. But I did. Oh, they won't let me stream from any of the good strip clubs, but there's plenty to see. Mark says.
Cool.
Yeah, when they went to Channel 5, you could see that that they.
I'm sure he'll find a corner.
That they
I ain't gonna fucking turn up
Well,
the street streaming from there.
What? When it went to Channel 5, they dumbed it down.
Dumbed it down and ramped up the entertainment argument, make people do stupid things thing. I like the first 2-3 series where they were making them do intelligent puzzles or things. One of them was allowed a guitar at one point so they could play, and really what the series, as it went on and on, they were giving them less and less to do. Oh God, 2 or 3 hours of them sitting there doing their hair because they were giving them makeup areas. So they'd sit. They had hair dryers and straighteners. And no, sorry, what I want to see, what I would love to see now, because it is coming back next year on ITV2, I think it is. What I would love to see is them going right back to basics, throw them in a house with nothing, make them earn things, have a garden where they pick their vegetables from, and no makeup. They're allowed to take makeup in, but then they're not allowed. They're not given straighteners, hair dryers, big mirrors to do that. Back to basics. Let's see them all without their fake tans and their hair straighteners, and that would create conflict. That would create terror. People would be walking out left, right, and centre, and I don't care, because if you can't stand it, we'll have a decent one in who's not there to put their face on TV and just to try and sit there and sunbathe and look pretty for 23 hours a day. Oh, I know what I want from my big brother.
I think the funniest bit. Yeah, I had my 4th COVID jab last week, mate. So yeah. But I think the funniest bit of Big Brother was when, I forget what his name was.
When you say.
He was acting like a pussycat round Rula Lenska's feet.
George
Salmond, was it? No, George. He was an
George
MP,
Osborne.
wasn't he?
No, not George Osborne.
No, George Osborne.
George.
I can picture him, but I can't.
Doing it. Would you like me?
Yeah, what a
to be
twat.
the cat? And she's going puss, 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 puss. And it was so cringy. That was
so
Big
cringy,
Brother,
yeah.
Celebrity Big Brother, possibly 4. I'd have to look it up. Scottish one. That's right. Scottish,
yeah, he was Scottish.
George. And it was like watching foreplay. Everybody was so cringy.
It wasn't salmon,
it was like watching foreplay with Rula Lenska. And Rula Lenska reminded me of my mother at the time. So it was like, it was awful. It was like, hang on, I'm going to look it up. Big Brother George Galloway.
That's
George
it, yeah.
Galloway.
I really
liked him.
What a cock he was.
I really liked him as a housemate, though, because he actually brought some good debates and stuff to the house. Alex says they play the food channel in the VA hospital because the new sports and history channel starts fist fights between the vets. Bloody hell. They also play the game show channel. Yeah, we've got one over here called Challenge, I think it's called, and it's like lots of old games.
I like Steve. Oh, I can't remember his name now. He's an American fella who does. No, he does Family Fortunes over American. Steve something. I can't remember his name. But he's hilarious. He is. He's a comedian.
Steve. I think. Oh, that's better. Are you wikiing it? Can't even speak now. Wasn't he half cut? Oh, you mean George Galloway? Yeah, no, he was often half cut. They used to give. They stopped giving spirits to the Big Brother house, the standard civvies Big Brother house, after Big Brother 3 because the final they were all shit faced on vodka.
Steve Harvey, you're right, Mark. Yeah, I've just googled it. Steve Harvey. Oh, he's hilarious.
Big Brother, Celebrity Big Brother, they were allowed spirits because obviously being celebrities, they were allowed better. I think if they played Big Brother, it would be a fire and a rebellion starting and spreading. Oh dear. I do see. This is what I mean. I do miss Big Brother as you know. I took it seriously in the sense that it was serious, fun entertainment. I really enjoyed it. I used to go on Digital Spy and talk about, type away, talk about it and discuss it with people, and I really, really enjoyed it.
I'd put it on in the middle of the night because when it was first on Channel 4, they had it on for 24 hours a day. Although I think it was a 10-minute delay, so that they could edit anything naughty out, couldn't they?
And I really liked that. But the reason they stopped doing that was because then they could manipulate the viewers because they could put the good bits into the show and then cut out the bits they didn't want you to see. I've got a feeling that the live feed stopped after Big Brother 5 because there was that big fight. They're called Fight Night. Where oh God, Emma and
I'm gonna have to go. I'm sorry. Carry on. I'm just gonna turn the camera off. Carry
on. Okay. Emma and Michelle. Michelle. The two girls got sent to the house next door. Everyone thought that they'd been evicted, but then they came back.
Yeah.
In the middle of a big party that was as it was supposed to be, big party, and it turned into a food fight, a massive, angry, beating each other up food fight, and they had to cut the stream and stuff like this. And then after that, the live stream ended up being just pointing at. There was a guy in the house called Jason who just spent the nights shaving his chest, and they kept just focusing on that. But while there was people outside having conversations that we wanted to hear, and the conversations never made it to the actual program, but the Jason shaving his chest did, and it was just like, what's the point? And then they cut the live stream. They just cut it completely. So, but they are talking about bringing back some kind of live stream for the ITV2 one. I don't know whether that'll be a subscription only or a paid subscription or something, but I'm sure diehard Big Brother fans will pay it. So I'm going to wait and see what form this brings to us before I make a decision about whether I go a 24-hour live stream subscription for that.
Yeah.
I don't want to jump into it and then find that it's just even worse than Channel 5.
More of before.
Yeah, exactly. I don't want. Why is that's so weird? Why? This is black, and you can see the words coming through on my top.
It can, yeah.
God, that's so weird.
You got Micky on your chest.
Micky on my tits. That is so weird. I don't know.
Did you say Micky gets on your tits?
Micky, you are on my tits.
Oh.
Oh, Micky, he's taking you off my tits.
Oh. I was enjoying being on her boobs.
Mark says when they bring it back, they should add a battle royale element to make it interesting. I think I've seen that. Let me just.
That would be funny, yeah.
No, I'm just coming back to say goodbye because I'm going to have to cut the stream early because I am feeling like absolute shit and I'm going to just hit the bed in a minute. So I'm just going to say goodbye. Sorry I haven't been very good company tonight. I should be all right for Wednesday. I'm halfway through I'm at the halfway point in my 21-day chemo cycle. and I feel like shit. So that's why I've been very good company tonight. But yeah, so goodbye from me.
We've had a good old nat, me
I
and
know,
Trey.
I know.
So
You've done well.
And
You've held
don't
it together.
forget, Halloween party here next Monday. Usual time, but we'll be dressed up for Halloween. So you guys better come on in and be dressed up as well and join us.
anyway, it's going to be a good night from me.
Yep, and a good night.
Keep your family safe. Stay safe yourselves. See you on
Yeah,
Wednesday.
a good night from me too. See you on Wednesday.